Yeah, I mean, I feel like that is probably one thing that I didn't mention is that EG's position within their region is like, I mean, it's about as close as to a guaranteed TI as you can get, right?
I mean, historically, yes. Like historically, the EV on them going to TI and placing at least top 8 or something is arguably one of the highest.
Sure, I just meant straight up going to TI, period.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's pretty fucking high, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like Beast Coast is up there too, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like
for
theirs
sure.
is pretty high, historically speaking. Obviously, you can bomb out at TI, but I feel like them going to TI is almost like it's a guarantee almost every year. As long
Yep.
as they don't get too zooted out and just like not give a fuck. But
10 seconds
you know,
remaining.
that's the power of a strong org. It can keep people there. I mean,
5
EG also has a
seconds
history of
remaining.
a lot of players with that org have equity in the company. So
Evil geniuses turn to
you
ban.
really don't want to give that up.
Yeah.
But we are in the draft and TSM banning Mars and Snapfire. I thought they were going to ban the Mars +1. They take out both. And I agree. I think banning Puck and
10
Storm is
seconds remaining.
too much overkill and you end up like not even changing much down the road.
5 seconds remaining.
And I think this Mars, I think Nightfall has looked like a like for lack of words actual offlaner on this hero compared to some of the other weird heroes he gets put on.
Yeah.
That he maybe isn't as comfortable with. Like those Mars games, he was making moves, he's initiating, he's starting stuff. He had a couple of missteps here or there, but it looked generally like the type of flow you want. So I think removing that puts pressure on EG to like find a replacement and keep up in that terms of game flow that they might not have. Whereas Ovid's always going to get some Ovid hero.
Evil geniuses turn to pick.
And the Bane. A Bane. So, I mean, it's EG, they're going to take Storm or Puck +1. Probably Storm or Puck plus a crit hero. That seems to be their pattern.
10 seconds remaining.
And he doesn't have Snapfire, so I don't know what else is
5
crit been playing.
seconds remaining.
Maybe we'll see a melee hero.
Good
That'd be cool.
question. He's been playing Tusk.
Tusk, yeah, Tusk seems likely. Oh, they did the Tusk Puck opener, right? They did that versus... Who was that
Yes,
versus?
they did that
Versus
against
Four
Four
Zoomers.
Zoomers.
Yeah, so we'll probably see that again. And there it is. So this was the opener I said I liked Phoenix on the 7 or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And they went the Jakiro. So there's
Yeah.
probably going to be some similar type of hero like that, like a range damage dealer 5, and then take their 2 cores last.
10 seconds remaining.
So TSM is probably just going to... I think Zoomers
5
took the
seconds
TA on this
remaining.
slot. All right. So I think TSM is probably just going to commit their mid here too, because they know they're never... EG's not going to send this hero anywhere else, and they're going to see it anyway.
Yeah.
So you just take your mid here, and then it doesn't get banned.
Undyings turn to ban.
Ember is his choice. It's a decent choice. A lot of mid players really like this Ember interactions in the mid game. Like the bolas on Puck are just debilitating. And Puck has a hard time all-in you in a lot of situations. Just the shield's so
10
much magic
seconds
block.
remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So pretty even trade opener. I think I like TSM's a little bit more. Just because I think Bane and Ember are slightly stronger than the Tusk Puck. But it's a pretty even overall opener.
Yeah, it's I definitely feel like TSM's is a little bit more meta, for lack of another term. They're very successful heroes right now, whereas EG, it's just like, this is what's worked for them so far. And that seems to be the most important factor, is like, are you guys comfortable with this? Because, you know, they seem shaky sometimes, even on stuff and situations where they should be comfortable.
10 seconds
Yes, that is true. So this game will really kind of test that, like, can EG just keep playing what is the small pool that's been working for them and keep winning? If they lose this game, then it'll really kind of set them back, because it means they're not just automatically going to be better with what they've been playing, so they kind of have to branch out.
Evil geniuses turn to
I mean, that
bad.
sounds like to me that they are in a distinct disadvantage when it comes to a best of 5, right? Because isn't your draft diversity like more beneficial to you the longer the series is?
Yes, unless you keep winning.
10
Yeah,
seconds
unless you
remaining.
3-0 with the same lineups
Yeah, you
over and
just
over again.
keep winning with the same heroes.
5 seconds
I mean,
remaining.
I think the LGE series that they played 4 games, the last 3 LGD just picked tied in the opener every time.
Yeah.
Just won 3 times with tied 100 open. I mean, sometimes stuff like that works. So, but I would tend to think this series is probably TSM favored, like 60-40 or around there.
Undyings turn to ban.
Banning out all these summons heroes, which is interesting.
What heroes don't like
10
summons?
seconds remaining.
OD is one of them.
5 seconds.
Yeah, it's like
remaining.
these single target damage dealers, like Razor OD, like these types of things. But generally, if you're gonna pick one of those, like I feel like if TSM's gonna pick Lycan, they probably don't really care what it's playing into. They're just picking it for the game plan more than the counter pick.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It can also be just for a certain
Evil
support they want out of the
geniuses
phase
turn
here
to
to
ban.
help secure the lane. Like if you want a hero like Bane, which obviously they're not going to take, but then this Beast and Lycan bans help a lot. So it might be some single target support like that. But I generally think they want some more team fight. They went for that Jakiro last time. I still think the type of hero
10
Jakiro
seconds remaining.
Phoenix would be good. As long as they are confident in they have lockdown for this Ember.
5 seconds remaining.
There's even like the Enchantress, but no one's been picking that for a long time. It could also be for Silencer.
I
mean,
still on
I
that
talked about
silencer
this hero.
train, huh?
It's just because Silencer dumpsters Bane. I think it's the hardest Bane counter in the game almost. You cannot use your ult. You just can't.
There was a period of time where China was consistently drafting Silencer in response to Bane over and over again.
Yeah, it destroys this hero. It's an absolute destruction of a matchup, and
Evil
it's a good
geniuses
like
turn
range
to
damage dealer type
Undyings
hero that
turn to pick.
is weak versus summons. They go Disruptor.
Hello, friend.
Probably the more stable choice. You also get some soft Bane counter in that Glimpse, Grip Cancel, and some better lockdown versus Ember maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I think Mars and Coil are the two combinations
10
with
seconds
Disruptor
remaining.
Static Storm where kind of ensures that you're going to get the
5 seconds
full
remaining.
value out of that silence and the escalating damage as well.
Yeah, it's very nice. So their lineup's just pretty robust. Like they have pretty strong side lane flexibility set up here and a pretty robust toolkit going in their last 2 picks. Just a very conservative draft, nothing crazy. Putting the onus on TSM here in the second phase to push their last 2 picks into a corner, which isn't always the easiest to do. I think TSM's probably going to take the carry here. We could see this Wraith King +1 we've seen. They could go back for the Deuce of Luna +1. That's very common. Terrorblade's still technically an option, but you have to be worried about like some Darkseer shenanigans, stuff like that we've seen. I feel like one of those carries is probably the most likely here, though.
Yeah.
Undyings
In this
turn to
position.
pick.
Okay, they haven't done that one yet.
Monkey King.
In this position,
Very
they've done Wraith King Shaman, Invoker, Witch Doctor, Viper Monkey. So similar to
DP.
Viper Monkey, Death Prophet. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like
10 seconds
it's
remaining.
more of like what we saw to Europe a little bit, where you get these 2
5
soft
seconds
flex heroes.
remaining.
You're not really planning to flex them, but maybe you do. You get some crazy thing where this DP or Monkey can go 4.
Undyings turn
but-
to ban.
Wraith King.
The Wraith King. So, yeah, so it's probably just Monkey 4 and DP3. I think Saberlight plays this hero a decent amount, and he likes it. And you get some added bonus of like DP can maybe randomly silence his
10
puck or
seconds remaining.
catch him off guard in that mid game.
5 seconds remaining.
It's an interesting pick. It gives them an objective taker, some front line, which is kind of what they wanted out of this slot, while keeping it a ranged hero, so it's harder to counterpick. Like if you take some, the beast was banned, but some beast or tide hunter type hero there, you're probably worried it gets counterpicked too hard. DP is much harder to just, this Wraith King's not going to destroy Death Prophet. He's a ranged hero with life drain, so
Evil
it's pretty
geniuses
robust.
turn to ban.
Is there any chance that TSM puts this Monkey King as a carry? Because I've always liked it against Wraith King, right? Like you Wukong's command over his second life, or even better, you kill him in the first life with Wukong's command, and he comes right back and he's still stuck
10
in it.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think Monkey King's a very good matchup versus Wraith King conceptually.
5 seconds
And I think this
remaining.
hero's still a fine carry. I mean, Yatoro played it today and won, so
Undyings turn to ban.
that's Yatoro. But I think this hero is a fine carry as long as he has a good lane matchup. Like he's not versus like Veno or something, right?
Right,
And then,
right.
Even that one you can play Abaddon Monkey and actually do okay. But Veno's out, Darkseer and Viper are also banned, so carry Monkey
10
could be a
seconds
decent option
remaining.
here because the Wraith King
Evil
matchup is
geniuses
it's really
turn to
nice. Like
ban.
you're just a hero that Wraith King goes in, you plant your ult, you start hitting him. Like again, like you said, he comes back. Anytime you have spells that he has to come back into, it's pretty unfavorable for him.
Yeah.
So
I would love Monkey King carry and Death Prophet 3 in this game. I feel like that
10
ruins Wraith
seconds
King.
remaining.
yeah, I mean it looks pretty decent. You can also play this Monkey
5
carry,
seconds remaining.
switch this DP to 4, like we saw Snaking play a couple times over on Tundra,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
still get an offlaner versus Wraith King. I mean, there's like Timber Saws and stuff in the pool, which are classic Saberlight heroes, and it might just destroy the lanes way too hard. Like, where's this Wraith King gonna go? That's another option that I think is they're probably gonna consider, or even Underlord. I mean, this has to be like one of the
Whoa,
juiciest
whoa.
Underlord games I think I've ever seen.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
not an anti-advocate for that hero, but like if there was ever an Underlord game, holy base, this has to be it.
Do you really like Underlord against Wraith King a lot? I guess I've never thought about that matchup too much.
Yeah, it's like a traditional answer because
Undyings turn to pick.
you just wait, like you Firestorm, kill his Skellies, and you get all this bonus damage. Like if all the Skellies die with your aura in the mid game,
Right.
you get like 100 plus damage. It's just insane. And generally, you're just like an aura buying tanky hero that kites Wraith King. Like Wraith King doesn't want to have to buy early BKBs, and you just fight around the
10
pit and stuff.
seconds remaining.
It's pretty annoying. So I think it's really nice versus Wraith King.
5
It
seconds
owns
remaining.
Puck and Tusk. Like this opener hates playing into the pit. And then it buffs up like their Ember and Monkey
Evil
with the auras.
geniuses turn to pick. Luna.
But all that discussion was worthless because they ended up going with another carry. There's a Luna I thought they would take in the second phase, but they just saved it to last year. So pretty standard lane setup then, probably
10
just like the
seconds
DP
remaining.
Monkey and the Bane Luna. Bane Luna is a classic. Super strong dual lane. And last, I mean,
Choose your hero.
what can you do? What can
Okay.
you do?
Is it that good of a Broodmother game? You've got Slight. Monkey King as a core is better with his Q, but I still don't think it's bad. And Luna
I feel
wins
like-
the lane against Brood, right?
Yeah, Luna can do quite well versus Brood. You play the lane well. And this is not like that other Brood game. They have Ember and Monkey can like soft clear some spiders. They have some interaction versus it. It's not deplorable. I feel like this is more towards that other EG Brood game where like he has Tusk and Disrupt their subs, just not the best at securing his early game or playing with him.
Yeah.
He's kind of just on this island. I don't know if it's gonna work out that amazingly for them, but it really just comes down to those early waves, how well this Luna plays.
I kind of wonder like how many Nightfall heroes were left as well. That was one thing I was thinking about, the overall last pick, giving it to Nightfall. I'm just like, okay, but how many offlaners are left that he feels like as confident as we've seen like his Mars be,
That's what I was saying. This Mars ban, I feel like it always puts EG in an awkward position going down the stretch here because his hero pool is a bit carry-centric.
Yeah.
I'm also surprised they had an option to just play this monkey carry versus the Brood. Switch this Luna to a sup. Which I think would have been interesting in this game, but obviously maybe higher reward, higher risk type scenario.
Sure. Maybe in the start of a series, you don't need to do anything too crazy. You know, just stick with your original game plan and not try and swerve too much based off of whatever is being played by EG.
I mean, maybe they just don't. They're just not afraid of this Nightfall Brood. Maybe they just don't care.
Yeah.
They're like, whatever, bro. We've seen you look really bad on this hero, so you know, whatever. Have a okay-ish game. We don't care. You're gonna lose later. Maybe that's their idea.
All right, 5-man smoke off to start off this best of 5 between TSM and Evil Geniuses. Dubu's going to try and get a ward down before Abed gets there, but because it's a puck, he basically has a free smoke. He just illusory orbs out to the lane.
Yeah, they will deny him that early ob. Dubu has double sentry. Moon ward's really deep bottom. They're gonna see him on the way back, so Undying might be trying to get the lane dodge here. They might be trying to
30 seconds to battle.
potentially just lane monkey DP versus Brood, but it doesn't look like DP's going bottom. I'm not really sure. Maybe they're just getting the vision out. They're gonna do standard lanes.
Yeah, if they were 3 range heroes, I would say aggro tri-lane. You know, let's go. Lunar Blessing. But Monkey King is not the greatest hero for a tri-lane.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward. I mean, there's definitely a lot of wacky stuff they could have done making this Monkey King core, but I understand just wanting to set stuff up solid here at the start of a long series and, like, just see how it goes. Because Tusk Brood is... They should not have that good a time on the early waves down here. Luna Bane with the aura is just crazy how hard you hit.
Yeah.
Thanks be to you.
So we'll see if maybe Crit goes for like wave pulls or he has boots. We'll see if this Brood game works out better for Nightfall this time around, because the last time it wasn't looking good.
No, it wasn't. Meanwhile, I think top lane should be pretty good for TSM. Like Death Prophet versus Wraith King. Already you're a ranged offlaner, ranged core versus a melee core, but Death Prophet especially takes advantage of melee strength heroes, so...
Yes. As long as she can get to, you know, level 3, get that level 2 siphon going, like, she's gonna be pretty chill up here.
Yeah.
I don't expect her to die unless Artor pulls some crazy level 2 skeleton time, but he's just summoning right off the bat to shove this wave. So he just doesn't want to get level 2'd on, and they're just gonna try and play the push and pull game.
And then that just leaves Bryle versus Abed, which, if I recall, Bryle was doing a bit better in this region when they played up against Quincy Crew in that mid lane matchup, because when we were watching IXDL, like, he was... Every single time he had to play up against Quinn, and he was just getting dumpstered in a lot of those lanes.
He might kill him here.
Yeah, he's got him. He's dead. What is that, Abed?
Just... He was just getting worn down on these early waves. This lane is, like, utter destruction now. He's
Seriously?
doubling his net worth at 2 minutes. That's extremely rare to see. But I was saying, like, mid players like this Ember Puck matchup, and there's reasons why. He's gonna chain him again here and take a bunch more damage, so... Bryle's off to a pretty damn good start. Can't ask for much better.
Oh, certainly not. Saberlight's in trouble in the top lane. He gets the Spirit Siphon off, though, and again, that HP percentage-based heal, that's going to be good enough to be able to stay alive.
These early skeletons causing them problems. They don't have, like, the best way to clear it, and they're pretty annoying when they go on you. Again, this DP is looking for level 3 to really start fighting back on this lane. So EG's doing a good job building this early lead in this lane, which they need to be able to sustain the later ones. Because Artor needs this fast helm to come out. which is already coming. But there's a high chance Moon can play this courier snipe game.
Yeah.
Maybe just kill Jerax here. Nope. Or needs to watch this courier. If this helm dies, it's insanely bad for them.
Yeah.
Dire's
Jerax
middle
keeping
tower
track.
gonna
Oh,
see
he's
it.
gonna spot the courier. Oh no, the
Oh
helm.
my god. Yo, come on, dog. Like, come
has
on.
been killed.
I mean, he's
Yikes.
high HP for now, but like, it's a really big loss. This helm is all about when you get it early, how much it swings the momentum of the lane. So it's a very nice snipe for them.
Yeah.
How's this Brood doing?
13-2.
So she is getting out CS pretty hard, which is what you would expect. Doesn't look like they really pulled the lane back too much, but she's getting something. They are behind on levels, so they're going for the all-in.
Lock him in. They might be able to get this if only the Nightmare wasn't there. Tag team would have added a lot of damage, but not quite good enough. Tomato has a healing cell, so he should be good. To enter back into the lane and keep dominating the Brood in CS.
Yeah, I think they should just play the wave together. I don't think Dubu has to leave this lane. I think you just play on the wave and you just keep hitting this Brood. And there's not really a recourse. Like, if they man up and you're on the wave, then you insta-sleep someone and you can just fight through the one hero tag team. Like, you just don't want to end up in situations like that where some guy gets run down in a 2v1.
Catching up to Tomato again, sleeping the Broodmother again. Crit kind of has to make the choice of whether he's going to put the damage with tag team or Nightfall is. Either way, it's not going to be a kill as a result.
Yeah, so that type of trade is better because it's a lot of resources from Tusk. Like, he doesn't have mana to sustain all of that for that many of those goes. So, it's not great for them, but, like, this lane is going decent for EG, considering how strong Bane Luna is.
Oh, damn, Bryle just sent Abed back to base.
He's a full level ahead.
Yeah.
This is destruction, and Moon knows it, and, like, Moon's coming here. They might try and kill Abed when he comes back. Which, if he comes back and he orbs aggressively, it's like, he's gonna die again.
Is he gonna... Oh. They do manage to get a chain. He's gonna be able to defensively jump back to his orb. And with the bottle, he should be able to heal back up close to full. They do get Dubu in the bottom lane. So, lane picking up a little bit of speed now. Nightfall's level 5. 6 is gonna be closing in. It's about time for Tomato to close up shop and head to the jungle.
Yeah, he'll probably leave soon.
Dire's
There's a
middle
6-minute
tower
rune
is
coming.
under
Both these
attack.
teams like contesting runes, but Abed just gets it. Dubu's a little late to the party here. See if you can get any of these D wards. EG just placed 2 wards, both on the upper side. He kills one. Kind of overlappy, but
That's weird. Is he just trying to ensure that they will have at least one ward that sees rune?
yeah, I guess. I mean, they want to see maybe where this monkey's going a bit, but monkey's also not the easiest to track with these wards, so kind of a weird idea. Could also just be they want to see Ember, if Ember wants to go top, because the biggest play that TSM's looking for in this early game is DP hitting 6 and them using this exorcism to like blow top open.
Right.
And Ember and the subs are a big component of that.
Radiant's bottom
Sleep
tower
into a full primal swing. Moon Meander does enough damage that Saberlight can come in, clean up the kill.
And there's still a Kata up here. So we're in this scenario where Brood's gonna trade bottom. TSM really wants to trade top if they can't defend the Spiderlings, which
Radiant's
probably
bottom
too
tower
early to
is
interact with
under
them
attack.
that well.
Yeah.
It's mostly Ember who can go down there later with Maelstrom and that
Radiant
type of deal.
structures are fortified.
God, these skeletons are so annoying.
Is under attack.
I hate skeletons, man. I hate playing any kind of ranged offlaner against the skeletons specifically.
That is the downside. I mean, that's why if you have like the melee axe or underlord type hero, right, they're just extra gold.
Crit, nice dodge with the snowball, but is going to be stuck here from the shard. Unfortunate, but Bryle is getting really low. In fact, he's probably dead. He's just going to get right-click down. A huge win for Abed here, especially if he can get another kill on his way out. Jarek's sending Tomato backwards. Moon a little bit scared and skittish of Abed coming back in, so they'll retreat, trading 1-for-1 to the favor of EG.
He has level 4 Flame Guard, but it's on CD. So, just very awkward skirmish for him. He really shouldn't die in that type of fight. Ember's the big hero this game. He had a really good start, and he is their best option to deal with this Brood as well. These types of mid-tower defense, but that's where every death on him counts for a lot.
Monkey's gonna help in killing that, but immediately Crit hits the snowball, so as he hits the ground, snowball immediately stuns him up. They do have the rest of Saberlight, really good rotation by him. Even though they failed to kill the Wraith King, because he just TP'd out, using that exorcism to take the tower and then help that mid-team fight was a good call.
Yeah, this mid-tower is super important for Brood. It's all of her enter the mid-game type movement that she wants to have happen, but if it gets delayed, every time it gets delayed, it hurts her game a lot. So maybe 5 heroes is a bit too much, but the idea of you want to commit to defend that is entirely correct. But Nightfall, he's just going back. He knows there's not much to interact with the Spiderlings this early in the game. So if he just keeps forcing heroes here, it should equate to somewhere else there's an advantage.
Orb, silence, the Spirit Siphon's not going to be enough. So many Spiderlings, you could see. The support Monkey King does not do nearly enough damage, as you said, to deal with the spiders, so. They are completely uncontested. Bryle is so close to his Maelstrom, but it's going to be too late to save this tower, it looks like.
I feel like we've seen this with a lot of the EG games today, where they're really putting a lot of emphasis on these 2 tier 1s. Their offlane and the mid tier 1.
Yeah.
We saw Nightfall in almost all these games. He wins his lane, takes this safe lane tier 1, or safe lane tier 1, then he goes mid. Like even on the Mars, he did it. It's just super high emphasis on these towers. So it's probably something they talked about and discussed, and like we're just gonna force it every game. Have some consistent structure. Make sure the map's opened up.
Oh god, the smoke broke and they spot him. Tomato. Gonna be caught by the fast rotation. Evil Geniuses took that mid tower, immediately smoked up the top lane, finds a kill onto Tomato. Evil Geniuses, and like you were saying, they seem to have carved out a sort of early game plan, and it's working really well against TSM here.
Yep, it's kind of dragging them back into the lead, whereas they had some early missteps on the lane, so to say. So they're behind, but they're catching up. Ember is still in a decent spot, and he's able to contest his Brood now. But it's also a question of, like, Ember is your strongest hero. Do you want to just relegate him to spider duty instead of killing everybody else?
Sure.
There's a trade-off there.
I think you would feel a lot more comfortable if your spider duty was hanging around mid lane, right? But hanging around bottom, that's going to feel kind of bad.
Yeah, like, Bryle being down here doesn't really do anything for them. It's slowing down the Brood, and it's not hurting him too much, but it's not accelerating TSM's overall map control, or it's not threatening the puck, his moves, or his idea of what he wants to do. So there's a trade-off to be said here. But he's pretty farmed. Like, we say it's not maybe not optimal, but he's still creating a pretty large net worth differential just by the fact he's so far ahead.
Yeah. Jarek's finally gets his level 6, which if he'd gotten a little bit sooner, they probably would have tried to go for the kill on Ember, but sadly was just a bit shy. Tomato's just farming up some triangle. He's got some stacks available to him as Dubu. I feel like Dubu is very good at stacking. He's very conscientious about it.
Well, stacking is it's not a difficult skill. I'll say that.
No.
But
well,
yeah,
let's say he always puts
thinks
an
about
effort to it, yeah.
He thinks about it a lot. I mean, this team in general thinks about it a lot whenever they have these stack clear heroes, which is what you're supposed to do. It matters a pretty decent amount for them. Jerax is dead.
Did Jerax not realize that he's 6?
I mean, I was gonna say, you see this build right now? This is some.
What the fuck?
This is some TI. This man's playing TI 15 or something, dude. I don't know what's going on. Some crazy shit.
Kinetic field being leveled again?
I don't think there's any world to justify a second kinetic field point over a static storm.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that. I feel like it's almost unjustifiable. Like,
What the fuck?
the reasoning would be your mana's super starved when you're this poor. You have brown boots.
Yeah.
Your whole kit basically costs your entire pool. The argument is like, oh well, getting a second glimpse or second field is maybe worth more than static storm, which I can't land. But I feel like level 1 and level 2 kinetic field is not gonna make the difference in most situations over just like chucking storm down. So I'm gonna have to disagree with this one. I think it's just like a hard. I would personally never do this, but
Yeah, when Dota's a world of grays, not black and whites, every decision, you know, has its merits. When you hear a hard no, Chief, you know, that's a little concerning. You're gonna get rolled on. Can Moon stop this long enough for Bryle to be able to get away? It looks like he will. He gets off the slide and he's gonna be okay. In fact, they're gonna fight back here. And Maelstrom procs did a good amount of damage to crit and they finish him off. They managed to get the Fiend's grip. Oh, nice static storm. Gets it at 7.
didn't save him. Should have taken another field point, I guess. And useless.
True.
I mean, it was probably just a misclick.
Yeah.
The only world I can see, there's some argument, but the reason you should think about it, you should always think about your skills, is there's probably some game somewhere where, like, you can take an extra Thunderstrike point or something.
Yes.
Or an extra glimpse point, like, because maybe you're going to farm and get the level, or the extra glimpse point gets you a kill that then gets you the extra level anyway, right?
Yeah.
So theoretically, that's, like, more optimal. But that's why I was saying an extra point in kinetic field, I feel like that's just... You doing me dirty, boy. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Again, EHE is moving a lot towards this Ember Spirit, and as we've seen, they haven't managed to actually punish him.
I mean, it's hard. Like, when he has this kind of start, he hasn't had any tanky items. I mean, his tankiest item is Fairy Trinket, but he's just so high level. He had such high effective stats with this extra Flame Guard talent and level 4 Flame Guard. There's basically nothing that's going to break it this game. So all of Puck's damage is guaranteed absorbed every time they try and gank him. He can just break the coil and then, like, you have to physically burst him down through 1400 HP. It's pretty hard. So he's, like, just due to Bryle's early lane, he's going to be invincible this game for the most part. Especially with Yules.
So I guess my question is, like, what's the point of moving towards him anyway? Like, wouldn't it be better to be moving towards the Death Prophet or Luna? Do you see that opportunity?
Probably. We're going to see Nightfall not make it out of here versus double Yules, a bold TP. Maybe he was just baiting it, though.
Maybe. The rest of the team is here. They're going to be able to turn around and quickly kill Bryle, blow up the support. Now it's just Saberlight against 3, and that Spirit Siphon will prolong his life, but it will not keep him alive. Triple kill for RTZ.
That was a way bolder TP. Like, come on. Why do people TP like that? I'm genuinely curious. Like,
because TPs are free, bro.
Otto's dead, too. EG
TSM's falling apart.
Yeah, this is just overextension on these plays. Like, I mean, I guess the TP on the Brood forced an extra Yules out, and then when EG collapsed in, he didn't have it. So I could actually see that one being an argument. But like the type of TP Saberlight did at the end there, I mean, come on, you're not making it out. That's just a waste of gold.
Well, I mean, but it's free. He had 2 TP scrolls, and he's gonna die either way. So, I mean, if he gets out, it's
nothing's free.
Nothing's free. Not even the free TP.
Yeah, because it's opportunity cost. When he's alive, he doesn't have TP, and maybe he would need it in that next 30 seconds, right?
Sure.
Like, let's say he dies there at TP now, and EG's going into Roche like they are. Now he doesn't have TP to TP top tier 1 to get here faster, right? These things, they matter a little bit, but in this case, EG's just gonna get this road for free. Which is probably going to Abed? Yeah. Arteezy's so nice. Crit just runs into a grip here.
Okay, that's a freebie.
What was that? A very bold uphill move right there by Kritau.
Slight into a Yules, but no follow-up behind it. I'm saying even with the Aegis, we can still fight you guys after that pick-off on the Tusk. Nice Static Storm, though. No Yules Scepter onto Bryle. He used it offensively earlier. Saberlight's going to die first. Bryle will manage to pick up the regen rune. Turns around with the leash. He has an opportunity to jump to his Remnant. He's good. Abed not going to be able to keep up. Moonmeander got caught up by the Broodmother, though.
EG baiting out these overextensions. TSM maybe a little too antsy in this game one, you know?
Yeah, seriously.
Feeling themselves a little too much and just giving EG these easy engagements.
They saw Tomato. They know where he is, I think. I think they glimpsed him running
Dire's
up.
bottom tower is under attack.
They scan him, but
Place.
it's pretty deep. He has BKB.
Oh, Nightfall's going for it. He's saying he's somewhere in those trees. Let's go ahead and find him. And they force out the BKB teleport. Really nice.
Later, nerds. They do have a punch cancel. That was pretty close, but
Radiant
TSM losing a lot of momentum here. This DP does not feel tanky in these fights. Artor with this classic armlet Deso build, pretty much the standard. This DP does not have much armor. She just gets chunked. She ever gets caught in that static storm or whatever and can't get the siphons off. But Artor a little out of position here.
Yeah, and there's going to be that exorcism for round 2 as well. Moonmeander doesn't have the Wukong's command. They're going to focus on the Saberlight, and boy, do they have the damage. You're right, no armor. All this physical damage overwhelms the Death Prophet, and now they're just going to be able to chase for more. Evil Geniuses, it feels like part of it is just they're bringing more heroes to these fights every time.
Yeah, Lotto can't even get there. I mean, they know he can't get there. It's just, I think TSM just think they can, like that type of engagement, they just thought they could play it under their tower, and it's not, like, there's no way DP's going to get bursted so fast, but she just got obliterated. And Tomato
He got found. No TP for 5 seconds. So he's going to have
doesn't
to
have
hold.
ult, though.
Almost getting the kill. Crit's going to be able to stop the TP, or at least get the stun. That is enough with the physical damage coming in from Arteezy. Arteezy almost died there, but ultimately Tomatoes falls.
What a beast. Baits out the Eclipse, dodges in the trees. Armlet toggles the last right click. He knows. This guy's pretty good, you know. You ever watch this guy?
He's pretty good. I feel like he's a wild player for sure. EG up 7,000 net worth. Boy, they come in today.
Yeah, they've looked a lot better today.
Yeah.
And I like again, like they're, you know, they were struggling, right? It's 100% fair to say they know it too. So when you're struggling, you just do some little concrete things to give you a bit more consistency. It just makes the game easier to play, and you can start to figure out some of the other stuff instead of having to worry about everything, you know? I feel like that's kind of what they did. Like, they just stuck to some straightforward drafts that make sense. Strong, you know, strong early game. They really focused on that, and then this concept of, like, just take the tier 1s off lane and take the tier 1 mid, and we'll play up after that through, like, Abba and Nightfall combining. I feel like that's been the story of most of these games, and it's... no one's really answering it that well. It feels a bit disjointed, like people are caught off guard, or they're not expecting this tier 1 mid to die as fast as it's dying, just blowing the game open.
Oh, nice. I love the shard on Disruptor. I think it's underrated. Great for melee heroes, too.
Yeah, it's definitely better now. It's gotten buffed a bit.
Yeah.
When it first came out, it was kind of underwhelming, but now it's definitely, it's viable. It's like little mini surges, you know?
Yeah. For a hero like Wraith King, an added movement speed boost can mean a lot. Jarek's no defensive items, but maybe he's just embracing his deaths.
Well, the other thing is, he's not going to ever really get jumped in this game, right?
Monkey King does manage to jump out of that one. The first life of the Wraith King is going to go away, but Saberlight is right in the middle of everything, and again, the fear is the physical damage that comes in. Crit, dodging some of that Eclipse with the snowball, goes for the finish off onto Saberlight. Saberlight gets eaten by the spiders and will fall. 2 down on the side of TSM. Tomato still fighting strong. Brile down to about half health, is going to jump forward and does manage to grab the Broodmother. Tomato trying to finish him off with the Yules. The offensive Yules might have stopped it, but the slight gets him in the end. Arteezy, very low, will die. So Evil Geniuses do run out of steam. It was a fair trade-off to start, and they couldn't get away from this Ember Spirit.
Fucking Tusk were super low there, too. Abed barely dodging that last slight, to be honest. He might have almost got double-sighted with the Brood. It seems like these fights are just, how long does Saberlight stay alive?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
if he can stay alive, example there, if he has another Siphon target or he stays alive on the back end, that fight's an absolute disaster for EG. Exceptional. But, like, they managed to burst him. That one was probably the closest. It feels like if he just gets a bit tankier and he can sustain that, EG might be running into some problems here, because he's going to destroy them in these fights if he's unchecked. And EG knows it. They're doing a good job of focusing and bursting. That was a knife's edge right there. You like this Monkey King support? If you're watching him bounce around.
I usually like it. I liked it a lot at TI. I felt like the Weaver Monkey King 4 positions were so popular then. So I've always liked it. I've always thought it was good, but this game, I think maybe it's a combination of the Puck and Disruptor. Like, he keeps on getting caught a lot while he's trying to do split pushing things or whatever. He didn't manage to get that fast Orchid that we usually see. Still working on it. Tomato's dead. Top lane. Dubu's also going to fall here as the Shards blocks him in.
EG just keep on finding these openings. Yeah, the reason I'm thinking about this Monkey is, the thing about this hero is a lot of people thought it was really strong at TI, and we're not seeing it. It kind of fell off in the middle of that tournament.
Yeah.
And I feel like Team Spirit in particular didn't play this hero nearly as much as other teams were prioritizing it, especially as support, which I always found interesting. There's probably reasons why. They thought the hero was strong, but like they preferred like Dark Willow or some of this other stuff. And for me, like watching this game, I almost wonder if this Monkey was an Earthshaker.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just way better for like everything they wanted to do in a way.
I think my biggest problem is it doesn't help Death Prophet at all. Like, besides just being a melee hero in lane, but there's no extra survivability. It doesn't frontline for you. The Death Prophet is forced to do that all by himself.
Yes. Well, that's where it goes back to, drafts are only as good as your understanding. Like, what's this Monkey's job in this game? It's like to disrupt the fights and kind of buy space, but there's probably better heroes that could have done that and given him a better lane. Like, I think Death Prophet Earthshaker would have just been a straight up stronger lane. Or even like DP ET. Or like, these counter initiators that would have helped them a lot. Like imagine a Wyvern save or something. These things are always easy in hindsight, but
Ryle charging in. He's got the defensive nightmare to be able to give him some time. The Wallish Punch knocks him up. The BKB is going to dodge a lot of damage, and he did a lot with that sleight of fist, but the rest of his team is suffering. Abed's low. The Abed self-fuels. Can he get away to his orb? Looks like he's out. Arteezy jumps away as well. That was so close to a disaster for EG.
I mean, it might be because this DP ult's still up and Roche just spawned.
That's true.
This is not a Roche you want to lose with this type of Wraith King build. The minus armor, and he wants to kill this so his mid can get it, not have it on the enemy Luna, who's likely going to take it.
I mean, what a manly move from Ryle. Jesus, like he just ran in there and it was like, go ahead, focus me, you can.
That's the power of this hero versus Puck. He just negates something.
Abed, this is dangerous.
Roche is low.
He tries to go for it, but H is picked up by Tomato. The Arteezy coming in from the side, though, and TSM, they kind of get swiped in the back by that one. The first life goes down, but Tomato, he's very low on his first life as well. They should be able to take away that Aegis. Now let's see if they can focus on Cyberlight fast enough. Spirit Siphon healing him up very nicely, though. Moon Meander getting out the Wukong's mana. Arteezy's going to die twice. Now Brile back into the mix is going to be able to catch some more heroes. Offensive Yules catching crit. Tomato... not going to be able to get that last loosened beam. He does have the shard, so it might have been enough, but no.
Ah, damn. What? That was crazy jump by Abed. Like, it felt like they didn't even talk about that. It felt like he just went in, and then EG was like, oh, well, I guess we're fighting this. they just, like, walk in the river. It's completely after. Nice Yules to secure the Aegis and shard. Luna got to eat the shard in the middle of that fight, which was nice, you know, some nice details by Tomato there to get the extra glaive damage and secure everything, but pretty big win for TSM. As long as Luna and Ember don't die, they're kind of happy with any fight. Because they're going to outscale you here. Brood does not scale in these types of games.
No.
Like, she kind of just becomes a liability. She's not offering a lot, so even though EG's up slightly, I think this game is pretty TSM favorite at the moment.
Yeah, now we've got
Especially-
Scotty Luna against Wraith King. That feels really
Yeah,
good.
exactly.
Oh,
That's
and Spider Legs?
By who?
Well, I thought Tomato was gonna... He's got it in his backpack. I thought he was actually gonna carry it.
I mean, he has Quiver, too. Quiver's pretty interesting. Yeah, he's going to take the Quiver because he has the shard now.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that shard Quiver proc is nasty.
Yeah.
The biggest item, though, is this DP. She got extra armor from the Blast Rig, and she just finished BKB.
Ooh,
So,
yeah.
when I was talking about earlier, if DP lives, the fight's hard for EG, she's not dying anymore. Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't have to worry about much, because the BKB will guarantee her siphons, even in the Static Storm. So, TSM's feeling pretty good right now. Like, this game
Nightfall got his shard. Two-man sounds from Abed as he jumps away. Just a bit of poke. Have you noticed that Nightfall doesn't use his spiders for vision? Or he doesn't do the new thing where you can micro each one of the spiders to go somewhere else in the map. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, the like alt-click,
Yeah.
block all the camps. Yeah. I think that's usually like the best thing to do.
Dire's bottom tower is
I
under
think at this
attack.
point in the game they kind of die, but the vision's still probably better than just like... They don't do much in the fight. They're going to insta-die in the fight.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I agree. I think it's only something you can do with Furion. A lot of people don't. It's like super annoying. When you play against a top-tier Furion who does that,
Dire's
it's
bottom
actually...
tower is
I don't know.
under
I feel like it's the most broken thing in the game.
Yeah.
We played T1, and T1 does that with their
Dire's
Furion.
bottom
Cuckoo,
tower has fallen.
Cuckoo, there was a period before TI where he was just like first phasing Furion, and he would just block all of your camps from like minute 10. It's just insanely cancer. I actually don't know what you do versus. I thought it was kind of broken. But
That sounds exactly like a cuckoo thing to do. Like, very, very next level and extremely cancerous, you know?
oh yeah, I mean theoretically, if you think about it, it is kind of broken, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, what do you do if your entire
Dire's
side of the map
bottom
just gets
tower
blocked
is
every
under
spawn?
attack.
You just lose. So it's pretty imba, but a lot of players don't like doing it because it's like a lot of your thought and mental capacity going towards this stupid summon shit instead of like where are we gonna fight and why do we want to fight and, you know, how's the game going.
Yeah.
That's like why a lot of people don't do it. It's a lot of your mental thought going towards something that doesn't feel that good.
Basher next for Nightfall. Abed's going to work towards an Aghanim Scepter. Arteezy this time did go the AC. Is there any reason why you would go AC at this point? Because we talked earlier before about like how a lot of Wraith Kings are just all-inning on damage and not focusing on the
Dire's
AC item anymore.
structures are fortified.
It does help his lineup in terms of Puck and Brood scaling with the physical. His Tusk as well. Tusk is a super physical dependent. So it's more of like I'm going to try and amp my whole team's damage as opposed to only mine,
Dire's middle tower
Sure.
which I think
has
is pretty
fallen.
fair. Also, just the plus armor versus what TSM has, it helps his team survive. Like his Brood and Puck and even Tusk, they need to stay alive for a decent amount for them to win the fight. Our Tor can't just like 1v5 it, so
Let's do this.
I think it's a fine item decision in this situation. I don't think there's much else to buy. Like Daedalus or Mjolnir or something, but doesn't sound amazing.
Evil Geniuses
two-man
trying to
sub.
set up immediate Static Storm onto Moon Meander with Coil onto 2 in the back line, but EG can't really run in and take advantage of either one of those spells, so awkward.
That was honestly kind of risky, just like poke the high ground from EG. Like, if somebody gets slept or gripped on the way out or Yule's, like, pretty risky for what they gain, which isn't much, but maybe they feel like they have to try and force some mistakes here because this game could get out of hand, and TSM's just going to take the fight.
Yeah, some spells on cooldown. Saberlight going to be focused by Crit. Arteezy trying to make his way out of the Wukong's command will be fine. Crit not as lucky. Chased down by Saberlight with his BKB. Now going to be able to catch up to the Wraith King. When he comes back on this second life, he's going to be in serious trouble. The Ghosts, the Spirit Siphon, being drained down, and Evil Geniuses have no way to be able to save him here. In fact, if anything, they should probably just focus on getting themselves out. BKB activated by Nightfall, but he's still dead. And next is going to be a Disruptor. Abed should survive, but the lone survivor.
I mean, these fights are impossible if, like, this DP gets to do her jam,
Yeah.
along with Ember. Which, I mean, honestly, there's not much you can do to prevent it. Like, they do not have enough damage to burst through these targets now. I mean, Ember's got 2,600 HP with. He now has a plate mail. He finished Ags. You're not bursting this guy no matter what. You're probably not bursting DP. It's just a hard game.
But is
Maybe,
is it even possible to poke and then force reactions and get out? I'm not sure if they can do that.
That's the problem. You can't even get out. Like, once you commit, this Ember is just gonna chase you down forever. And DP's a fast hero. So is Luna, with Scotty shard poke. So once you engage it all, that's why I was saying that bottom tier 3 push we saw was pretty risky, because you just get chased down from this line, and you can't fight them at this point. So it's a hard situation to be in. I think only Disruptor Ags would kind of change the scale. But he's nowhere close.
Yeah, we still talking about Jerix? I mean, I guess he's not that far from Lotus Orb, so he actually does have some net worth this game.
Yeah, he has net worth. I mean, Lotus and Shard would be an Ags. It almost makes me wonder, like... I mean, it's hard to see how these games are going to progress. Like, they probably had an idea of going high ground early in this game and ending it with second Aegis.
Yeah.
And that just didn't pan out. His items would have been really good for that. So I think there's nothing wrong with them. But now at this point, they're kind of like... He definitely doesn't feel good about them at this point. Because Lotus is nice. It's a nice item, but it's not changing the fight, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
We're seeing some spider scouting now. Sending them
There he
out.
goes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Static Storm
Dubu.
catching Dubu. It's not a bad pick as long as they don't get sandwiched here. Moon Meander's going to pop his BKB. Wukong's command, so there goes his armor. Evil Geniuses have to back out.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Kind of finding the small opening there and being able to get out. But we said Browse can chase you down forever.
He can, and he'll use that to find Jerix, but a 1-for-1 with a buyback on TSM, plus abilities being used, like Exorcism, that probably feels pretty good for your EG, and it's a dieback on Dubu. Abed with the backstab.
Styled on his ass.
Yeah.
And of course, in classic Abed Puck fashion, he always gets Psychic Headband on this hero. I think it's guaranteed. I think he met Gabe at one point and gave him a personal check, and just guarantees headband for his puck every time he plays it.
Wow.
This is another reason why EG first phase is hero, because they know he's gonna get headband. And then it's just like so annoying, honestly.
Dire
Seriously.
are scanning.
But putting it to use, Dugu with the dieback, pretty sad.
Yeah, so TSM gonna have to chill out for a little bit here, but they almost have Wind Waker on Bryle. He's not gonna go Shivas.
Radiant are scanning.
Wind Waker.
Yeah, that's an expensive ass item right there.
Why does he even feel like he needs it? It's a question.
Roshan has
I mean, you can like Wind Wake out of Static Storm, but
Radiant's bottom tower
I
is
don't
under
think he's
and
too
Coil,
worried.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, So, like, it's interesting, but I don't think he's too worried about that for the moment.
Yeah.
Artur has Aegis, but he's down once pretty fast.
Oh, he's gonna need all 3 lives, that's for certain. These first 2 are gonna go away real quickly. Is he even gonna be able to make it out of the Wukong's command for the 3rd one?
They all
Does
have
manage to get the
beacons.
blink away. Nicely done.
Alright, you actually just blinked out of that. I mean, there goes your Aegis, though.
We are grateful.
Scotty almost done for our tour, so
Invisibility.
very much a different build where AC, Scotty, like very stat heavy, very tanky.
He also gave this shard to Brood, which is interesting in this game because you get 80% miss.
Yeah.
Luna has no Pierce at the moment. Neither does Ember. So, actually could be pretty impactful in the fight if the BKBs go out and he can chuck that in. Maybe help our Tor man fight. Does have Scotty now to reduce some of the healing.
EG, are they gonna jump? Yeah, they are. They're gonna go straight for Tomato. They managed to hit him with a stun. Defensive sleep goes out. Walrus punch, though, knocks him up in the air, and Tomato is dead. They were able to focus him down so quick. Saberlight self-fuels for a little bit, while Bryle chases down the Tusk. Saberlight, BKB's coming up, but it's a bit too late. He needed it like 3 seconds sooner, and maybe he would have been okay. But as it is, 3 dead, no buybacks on TSM.
God damn. I mean, they just jumped him. He had Satanic. He died through Satanic, which is insane. The Scotty and AC doing insane work in that fight. Just no saves on TSM. Like, it just makes you think if they had any real save behind this Luna DP. 2 heroes that benefit a tremendous amount from it. Like, it'd be a bit easier to take those types of fights, but just caught off guard. EG pulling a rabbit out of their hat, so to say, I feel like.
An opportunity to get 1 lane of barracks, maybe more. I mean, I don't know if they. This is due to gold. The reason they don't have buybacks, so it's not like they know.
He got the Raking Life Burn. He has a Refresher though, too. He's effectively sitting on an Aegis.
He's got the +3 Thunderstrike hit, so he can get double Thunderstrikes up now.
Yeah, I mean they're annoying. It's a lot of extra like random damage coming through. These random move speed bursts that are kind of hard to predict if you're not used to this. That's like a classic JRX thing. Just create some like small annoying stuff in the fight that somehow wins it.
The gem, they're clearing out any outside vision from TSM, so you can see the map. Pretty dark for them right now. They're just playing around this high ground ward. That's all they got.
This Wind Waker's good because the Abed went Ags, so he's nullifying like this Ags coil. But it's still a lot of gold into an item that's not accelerating his damage or like scalability in a way.
Yeah.
So it's just it hurts TSM a lot because they wish this Ember is the one who has the best game. He's still highest net worth, and he just needs to go super ham in the fight. Feels like DP is. She got killed a couple times, and she's fallen pretty far behind in net worth. Nightfall's a Hex. Very unconventional Broodmother item.
Really?
Are scanning.
Yeah, I feel like I don't see it a lot on the Broods that go this Orchid build. Like, he wants this BKB Orchid Basher, like he wants the man fight, and then he's like going kind of back for some Hex utility. But,
yeah, that is true. The Basher back into Scythe is kind of a weird combination.
yeah, but it'll help Artur, because we saw the last fight, they blink and go on this Luna. If he hexes them after the Tusk Punch and that type of stuff, you're not satanicking anything.
Yeah.
stupid spider frame rate drops, man.
Oh yeah.
So that's Brood's best ability. It's her
Radiant's
5th
top
skill,
tower is
decimate
under
frame rate.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
All right. They've got 2.5 minutes until Roshan could be up, so chances are, especially since it's EG, probably
Dire's
just
bottom
hold the
tower is
map
under attack.
until Roshan does spawn, right? They get enough pickoffs like this one.
Yeah, it's a bold D-ward attempt.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
seriously.
He had a gem too. That's a pretty big loss. I mean, that's a bold move with a gem. Like, you know they're gonna be there. EG is just pulling farther and farther ahead. I mean, we talked about this Disruptor Ags. He has it queued up and he's up to 3k gold. He might end up getting it this game. And that, in my opinion, is like the nail in the coffin, because it means Crit can just jump and punch someone and they throw this on top and they have the other stunts to lock him in. Like, your Luna is just 100 to 0. Your DP's 100 to 0. Your Ember's 100 to 0, right?
Yeah.
So that Ag's insanely good this game. It looks like Jarek's TPing top is just to farm it. He knows. He knows what's up.
Yeah, he's got a set amount of time to be able to get that Aghanim Scepter before the potential Roshan fight, which will be the ending engagement. We say that, and then he hasn't farmed a single creep.
Yeah, I don't know what the TP was for them, but maybe he's just trying to set up. He's gonna take this wave up here, though. Oh, Abed says, fuck off, kid, but what can you do?
You know, sometimes your core just wants to pad the stats a little bit more while you're just struggling to get one really cool item.
That's just bad recognition. I don't know. I feel like this Ags at this point is the most impactful item they can get.
Yes.
Unless you need, like, buyback. You know, if Abed or R20 needs buyback or something, okay, that's more impactful, but otherwise, just give him, like, it's like 2 waves, you know? He's gonna go farm Wildikins.
A gift from the
It would be a real shame if somehow, like, Roshan spawned right now in TSM, which they are going to go for a smoke, because Roshan could be up.
Dire
They get
are
scanned.
scanning.
They
So
do
EG
get
knows.
scanned. Ooh.
Jarek's just running back.
Barracks
He has to
are
huff
under
it.
attack.
Go, Jarex, go. Activate those tranquil boots.
Still has that quelling blade for the monkey tree cut. TSM do not want to invade this high ground ward. But EG can go, like, they can hold this ward and they can go shove in bottom. There's no tier 3 bottom, so I feel like Abed can even just start hitting or threatening this while EG hold the hill. And it's going to put TSM in a weird spot. Because if TSM TP's back, now you have a situation where the Roche is spawning and they can't get back out.
Yeah.
And Roche does spawn early.
Yeah, they
Radiant's
see
top
it.
tower is under attack.
TSM might just
Abed.
commit.
Did you see that? Abed used his courier to be able to scout what the rune was.
Yeah, that was nice. But TSM's just committing for this Roche. It dies super fast.
It does die super
Yeah.
fast, but how fast does the base
A little
die?
slow here.
EG? Thought maybe they were just gonna rush the buildings, but no.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Okay. Weird.
That's a pretty big win.
Yeah, it is.
Thought they were going to get outmaneuvered there, but EG a little slow to pressure the base, get punished. That early Roche spawn.
You've got a Aghanim Scepter for the Luna off of that one. So now some serious magic damage available alongside the physical that's already there.
Dire are scanning.
Oh shit, he got the Dream Coil Rapid Fire, but he doesn't have a Divine Rapier.
Well, I mean, he's got some other stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Ain't too shabby.
But we just talked about the fact that, like, he doesn't usually go the Dream Coil Rapid Fire. And he...
I think, yeah. I mean, it depends, right? This talent's not bad. And they have, like, some physical damage amp. So, I can understand it.
Okay.
Like, the fight, it's also about how the fight's going to be decided.
Is under
Like,
attack.
this game, the fight's probably decided just from the physical damage outputs of both teams and not so much, like, utility.
Scythe being used, Walrus Punch, they're going in onto Saberlight. It's not even close, though. They're turning around. Oh, Bryle went into the back lines and managed to catch Jerix, caused a lot of destruction, and should be able to get back up. Jumps over to the right-hand side with the rest of his team, where they're going to focus on the Puck, who got caught in the Fiend's grip. Now for more. Bryle jumping, searching. Crit managed to spider legs outside of vision of that jump from Bryle, and Nightfall, who ran the other direction, will also escape somehow. That I feel like that should have been more for TSM, but a little unlucky.
Yeah, EG quick to leave their friends behind. Felt just a little sloppy there on the high ground, like kind of cocky almost. I mean, TSM's still in a position where they have this Aegis on Luna, and the full Ags on her too from that Roche, so it's not like they were in that bad of a position.
They've got double reincarnation potentially for this next fight with the fresh Swift Blink. So TSM may have won that initial fight. Arteezy is still pretty scary to fight into. They're going to be able to take the first lane of barracks here, no problem. Evil Geniuses seeming like they don't want to blow the buyback on Puck.
I think it's correct. Like, there's a refresher shard on DB. She has another set of ghosts. The Luna still has 2 lives. It's not the easiest fight to take. Might just be better to wait it out, but they're gonna try and take it. Try and get the Static Storm latch on somebody here.
10 seconds.
They don't want to Static Storm as Luna. She has 2 lives.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Now with the tier 3 gone, Tomato could start working on the barracks and get those bouncing glaives. Decides against it though, glimpse
Oh,
backwards.
Wind Wakered. What was that?
Yeah.
Did he purge? Maybe he purged a Thunder Strike or something.
I mean, in a way, it made sure that the glimpse only pulled him back a little distance, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Deceptive rune of invisibility.
If you can Wind Waker dodge the glimpse too, right? Or does it pull you out?
Say that again? What? Huh?
Can you Wind Waker? You can Wind Waker dodge glimpse, or does glimpse pull you out of Wind Waker?
No, I'm saying like you couldn't target him with the
Oh
glimpse.
yeah, but I'm all right. Yeah, I got you. They're going back in.
Arteezy, reset. Tomato,
Are under attack.
onto the buildings.
EG smoked their backline again, but they're having issues engaging like with this wrap. I think they just wrap and try and hold this.
They're going to be able to go for the Ember. They got him inside that Axe. Static Storm, the damage is coming in, and Bryle's dead. A massive kill, but he does have a buyback, and Saberlight's in a good position with this Exorcism. Snaps the coil on himself. Bryle's back into it, trying to help out Tomato here, who 15 seconds on this Aegis. Evil Geniuses, if they could afford to keep him here without killing him, this could be really good. Look at him chase. 5 seconds left. Glimpse backwards. BKB activated.
EG might still look for more here. TSM's
Bryle.
looking for more.
He actually goes for the refresher, goes in with that BKB, full commit to the remnants to be able to blow up the Tusk. Tusk buys back. Eul Scepter placed onto the Wraith King. Wraith King doesn't have that. Oh, he does have the reincarnation. Comes back, another life, but this one could be final if they can catch him. Nice silence coming out from the Death Prophet, hitting the Puck as well. Wraith King's trying to get back to the fountain. The buyback from the Puck. Everyone is still alive from Evil Geniuses thanks to all the buybacks they used.
That was the biggest thing though, is they get Abed buyback, which is that's like a soft win condition now. I feel like if he dies again, he's so much of their damage and control in the fight. Arteezy will just get kited if he doesn't have his friends with him. So
Are under attack.
overall, pretty big win for TSM to get a gem back out of it too for Moon. A lot of net worth for DP to catch up.
Scanning.
I mean, they got the nice static storm on Ember. Saw that.
Yeah.
That's like their best target for this, for sure. And Bryle did have to buy back as well, so this is kind of the battle. Neither mid wants to get caught. And it's who's gonna get caught first in the fight.
Bryle's gonna play pretty defensively, but he can be aggressive again soon once he gets this item. He's got Eon Death next, so he won't have to worry about the Static Storm, and I feel like that is the only real threat. Like, if he plays perfect, right? I feel like it's just the Static Storm that really kills him.
Yeah, probably. I don't think he's going to die to anything else unless the fight goes on long enough that they just lose it, right?
Right.
So, Aeon... I was also thinking about... Sometimes Ovid will go Aeon on Puck in games like this where he feels like there's only one stun or grip or something. But he chose to go for more damage and the Refresher Orb, so... He has double coil, double rapid fire, Gatling gun Puck build, but... If he just gets caught in a grip or something, pretty spooky. Anyway,
Smoke breaks. Artur is able to blink out. Oh, they spot Jerix. Jerix would be a really good kill, but it's Moon Meander who maybe has to jump away. Almost jumping into the open arms of Arteezy.
How did Jerix get out of there?
I don't know, but they managed to get the silence. Moon Meander gets a defensive sleep, but he's still dead. Now they're going to focus on Saberlight. No, they got the backlines. Fiend's Grip goes out for a second, but that is a second too long as he dies. Now the Wraith King. One life down, second life coming out, the Eclipse, it's gonna do a ton of damage. Wraith King gets blown up pretty quickly. One of the only heroes that still has buyback though. Abed, he does not have one. He has to slip away back into the base.
Yeah, Abed manages to live there. He's the one without buy, so Artur has to use his. I mean, he's pretty much 6-slotted, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but EG's getting their lives worn down in these engagements for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the Static Storm, Abed almost remnanted into it. He was on the edge. He almost killed himself, to be honest, but barely dodges it. This is not an easy game for Jerix to just walk up and, Static Storm. He kind of needs the Ember to get punched or stunned by Wraith King somehow. Yeah. Otherwise, it's near impossible.
That's why he's trying to go for Blink Dagger next. And if he could get level 25, that's also a big upgrade with the AoE. That could help a lot.
Yeah, that's true. That is a newer talent, I believe, too, right? So
yeah,
might catch some people off guard, but that is a very nice talent. And they're going to smoke here, but Roche is dead. Now you have an Aegis on this Luna. And we saw the Eclipse last fight. This Ag's Eclipse, it's nasty, so... Someone's dying to that every fight, almost guaranteed. That's where you need buybacks to be able to tank these spells.
Yeah, and if that Eggs is really impactful, but now the new Eggs that they just picked up for Dubu, also really impactful. They've got the Bane Fiend's Grip one. Nice double slight chains combination. They do have the Nullifier. That's going to allow them to focus down the Saberlight. Saberlight did not expect that Nullifier, and he is dead in an instant. Bryle's going to be caught inside the Static Storm, and that is just it. 2 heroes dead with no buyback. Evil Geniuses are just going to go end the game now.
What just happened? Only DPS buy. No Ember for 2 minutes. Is all on Tomato and this Ag's Grip. But it's hard to Ag's Grip Wraith King with 2 lives.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under
3 versus 5.
How did
Tomato
die there?
I mean, he's got double Eclipse potentially. He's got double lives with the Aegis. A buyback from Saberlight is gonna spook Evil Geniuses a little bit. They back up, focus on Megas now, but
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Almost feel like there's no better chance to end the game right now.
Yeah, I think you try and push the throne here because they know this Ember does not have buy. It's similar timer to Ovid.
Tomato, he's going to have to get in there soon, or Evil Geniuses, they're going to take the first step. They go for the back line. They immediately focus down Saberlight again. Bane's still alive, but Jesus, Tomato was killed, and they're just going to start focusing on the buildings. Come back, second life. Tomato throws down the Eclipse. They do have the Fiend's Grip onto the life of the Wraith King, but he's got a second one to be able to back that up. Nightfall dies inside of the Eclipses, but the BKB activated by Artur. He goes for the throne. There's no more Glyph, and they finish it out. Game 1 goes to Evil Geniuses.
And Artor with the insta disconnect. He's done messing around. I'll tell you that much. I mean, they won that game down 12,000 too, even after all of that. That was not an easy game to win. I feel like they had to win like 2 or 3 of those fights with those clutch buybacks and not die back on anybody. I don't know. It felt like that was TSM's game to lose at the end there, and they just kind of walked in mid and got jumped.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the Ember should die in that scenario, or maybe give him the Aegis and the Luna plays with buyback, something like this. But insane execution from EG in the clutch. Like, we talked about this disrupt drags the whole game. They don't win any of those fights without it.
Yeah.
That's the only reason Ember's dying in those late game scenarios. So, and I think Nightfall had pretty good itemization too. Like this Hex Nullifier Bloodthorn type build. I think it caught Saberlight off guard there at the end. Just ran in and got chunked.
Crazy game 1.